To Tyreke Evans. Tyreke Evans is obviously the Memphis Grizzlies guard. I think we've talked about him on this, on this show before. We've got a guy asking us, Lou Will or Tyreke Evans. Let's get to that right away. I'll break down Tyreke Evans first a little bit. He's obviously like a scoring guard. He's bigger than Lou Williams. He's very strong. Pretty interesting player that way. Sorry, Brian Conlon says Cleveland needs Jesus. Brian has a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Does Cleveland have enough assets to acquire Jesus? We'll handle that tomorrow.
That's tomorrow's Facebook Live. Tyreke Evans, he would really bring a lot. He's shooting the three really well today, or this year, excuse me. And I think that defensively they could do things with him. He's not known as a good defender, but he's big, he's strong.
He has that profile where he's got to project as a guy who, again, it's all relative to also what they do in Brad Stevens' system, where Stevens has another player to work with. I mean, how many players have you seen come in here who he just molds into? They hit their peak right away.
Exactly. Yeah.
Never forget Jordan Crawford. Like the greatest moment in NBA.
Oh man, maybe Cleveland needs Jesus. All right, so I think that Evans is really interesting. I personally, as far as a fit, I think I would go with Lou Williams actually, if they keep Marcus Smart around, because Lou Williams is a actual, he's a known shooter. Evans, you're a little bit concerned. Before, I think he shot 18% in the playoffs previously. He's had his struggles from behind the arc. You know what you're getting with Lou Williams. You are getting buckets. And that is something that the bench needs. Right now the only buckets that the bench is getting is from Marcus Morris, and that's helpful, but if you can have that guy who is automatic, who you put him out there, you start putting him in pick and rolls, you know what you're going to get. You know that you're going to get production off the bench. I think that would be really big.
You have to read through the schemes. It's just you go out there, he's going to get his shot.
Yeah,
he's probably going to hit it.
Exactly, and there's everybody's running pick and rolls at the NBA. He knows how to do that. Right. He's been doing it for 10 years. So I think personally, I would take Lou Williams. What do you think?
I'd probably agree with you. I mean, as you said, Tyreke Evans having a great year, and I think Grizzlies are trying to get something for him. But I'd rather, if you look at, would you rather have a guy who's doing, Tyreke Evans has a nice little career for himself, obviously, but would you rather have a guy who's, and if you look at his shooting numbers, is kind of a flash in the pan this year, or a guy who, if the prices are more or less going to be the same, you'd expect a guy who's proven at doing what he does, and that's what you guys need is bench scoring. I think if you had to pick between the two, based on if the return is more or less the same, I think you'd have to absolutely take Lou Williams in that situation. I think, again, if you lose out on Lou Williams and get Tyreke Evans, I don't think anyone's going to be crying about it. Tyreke Evans has been able to score this year, and again, he has that kind of profile, a little bit bigger, where you could be able to do a little bit more with him. I think wasn't Tyreke Evans the guy in his rookie year? I guess he kind of peaked back then, but he had 25 and 5, and it was him, LeBron, and these guys. But
when you look back at Evans' rookie numbers, they're absurd.
Yeah, exactly. He was the only person on that team as a rookie. But again, I'd say though, if you look at what the Celtics need immediately for a guy who's probably going to be a rental, I'd rather have the guy who is proven what you want. It's look at baseball. If you need a power bat, you get the guy who's been a 25 home run hitter for 5 years, rather than the guy who's peaking this 1 year.
Right.
Which, sorry, JD Martinez, we're straying a little bit too much. But I would rather have the proven commodity there with a guy like Lou Williams for sure.
Definitely.